Okay, so today we are going to be making these cool 3D lizards. They kind of bend and move like this. They have, the mouth. You can add all these little details. So you can add like a bug inside, do the accordion style here, or the eyes, and do anything actually that you pretty much want to add to him. So let's get started. What you need is a 12 by 18 piece of paper. It's pretty big. And the first step that you're going to do is to fold it into the skinny way, as most know as the hot dog way. So you're going to fold it nice and skinny like this. The next step is we need to do a long diagonal line from one corner all the way to the other corner. So using a ruler and a pencil, this is what we're going to do. So I go into my corner here like this, and I'm going to draw, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Your goal is just to get it across the way so it doesn't have to meet exactly in the other corner. It could be a little shy. That's a-okay. So you draw that all the way to the other corner. So as you can see here, and I'll zoom in, I did not, there we go, make it all the way to that corner here, and it doesn't matter. So you're just drawing that nice line from one corner to the other diagonally. Okay? Then on that line, you're going to cut it. So I will cut this all the way. Don't worry if you're not exactly on the line. Okay, so now you will have 3 pieces. Let's see. 3 pieces. You've got, there, that doesn't look as fuzzy anymore. You've got 2 loose pieces. I'm going to put that off to the side. The piece that you're looking for is the one that is this big triangle. Looks like a paper airplane here. Together like this. Okay, so this is the start to his body. The next step that you're going to do is you'll take the, probably the side facing you, and you want to fold it towards that middle line. So I'm going to fold this side into that middle fold line there, and I'm going to crease these really nice. It's important that you crease them very, very nice. So you go all the way up to the top, go back over what you did, you can pull your fingers down. Awesome. So now you have one side folded into the crease. The other side, you're going to fold this over until it meets the other end. It does not need to be over it. And then you'll crease that. So as you can see, as I work, I start to crease. And it's okay if it crisscrosses it a little bit. That's absolutely fine. And go over this like that. There we go. Perfect. So now I have it folded and it looks even smaller. The next step that you want to do is you open this up, and you can see you've got 4 lines. You've got one here, this one in the middle, and this one here. The one that we started originally in the middle, I want you to refold it flat like that. Back in the middle. So I'll show you again. You open it up, and don't fold here because that went towards the middle, and this one went all the way over. This crease right here, use your hands and fold it so it's back to how it was. So your 2 creases that you made, this crease, and on the other side that smaller crease, you don't want it folded that way. You want this way, and it's equal the way you had it since you cut this. Now that you have this cut, what you're going to do is see which side has the higher crease. So looking at this one, I got the crease is up here, so I'm going to flip it over, and the other one is all the way down here. I want to focus on this part, the one that's the higher crease. Why, you ask? Well, when we go to put our lizard together, wherever your creases are, you want to cut past them so that way he can bend. if you cut above the crease, he's not going to bend as well. So I will show you that too. So here it's bended and I had cut past those bends. Here's this crease and I cut past that crease so he bends very nicely. Okay, so taking my scissors, and I'll zoom in for you here, I'm going to cut past, just a little bit past my crease. So I cut past the crease. Now you don't want to cut these too close together. You're just going to cut them a little bit spaced apart. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you are cutting on the side that has the fold. So the side that has the fold. If you don't cut on that, then these won't stick together and you'll end up with fringe instead of actually having what we call the top of the lizard. So I keep going past that fold each time. Not too much past, you just want just enough. Okay, and I'm just sliding it down all the way, and it's getting shorter and shorter. Now here you got to start being careful because you're coming near the end of the tail. So you want to make these a little bit more spaced out. Otherwise you might end up cutting off something. So I'm going to stop right there because as I get close, I might get too close and I might rip off his tail. Which, you know, if it happens, it happens. Okay, I'll zoom back out. So now you have the start. It looks like this, you know, and you go, how do I make it into this part here? Where it's nice and wide and it's big like this. What you're going to do, why we did the two folds, is you'll open it up and you can see here you've got your nice, what you would consider weaving, if you ever did your weaving looms before out of paper. You're going to take one side and you're going to go towards that center like you did. Okay, so it goes towards that middle one that you already had because the fold's there. And then this top one is going to go on top of this. And you're going to hold it. Do you see how it makes this cool little spine? So now you've got this cool body as you're going. And what you can do is you can pinch it, or you can have this open a little bit more. So instead of going the whole way, you just do a little bit of the way. So what I'm going to do, to make it easier, I'm going to fold this just a little bit more here. My crease kind of disappeared. For the video, I'm going to use some tape, but you can use glue at home or use tape here. And all I'm going to do is on this bottom part, I'm going to put a couple pieces of tape and fold it and roll it into those little circles. And then you push these together. Now I still have a little bit, this part here is open, so I'm going to sneak one in here. Okay. And put that together. So now, you got stuck there. Alright. Now I've got this cool guy. If you want to fix it, you just crease these little bits here of those folds. And that's how it gets a little bit more standing up. Alright, because with all of our moving and creasing, etc., it kind of gets a little squished. So here's my awesome guy, and you can like give him a little few bends, roll him a little bit like this, and he'll start loosening up. Okay, awesome. If you end up with where it looks like it's not moving, it's not creasing or breaking about as much as you want, and you look and you see your creases, okay, so here I've got this one, you can just go and cut past that crease that you had, and that'll open it up a little bit more. So for example, if I'm looking at my guy here, I played with him a lot, here's this crease, here's the original crease. If it stopped up here, I would just take my scissors and cut past it a little bit more, and it would open it up more so it would drop. So look at this one. This one here didn't go all the way, right? So it doesn't open up as much when I bend it. So taking my scissors, I'm just going to snip it, and now it'll bend up more. See, I snipped it and now it bends out more. All right, so the other side, if I want to do that, I'll show you again. I turn it around. I just want to open it up a little bit more. So I'm going to take my scissors, I sneak them in here. Okay, and now he'll open up more when I fold it. See? Nice and easy. Okay, so now we've got our body of this lizard already started. What you're going to do next is you make the head. So using a scrap paper, I have some leftover green from the first triangles that I did. All I'm going to do is fold this in half up a little higher, and then I'm going to do a half circle off of that fold. So now I've cut that half circle, and look, I got a little puppet. Doot, 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 doot. And how am I going to put this on the head on here? So this inside, we've got this lovely extra paper crisscross. So I am going to take some tape, make my little circle, okay, and I want to tape it right about here. So I'm going to stick the tape in there, like that. I'm going to take the bottom, and I'm going to put this head in here. I close it, push it a little firm, and voila, I got the head started. Now, some eyes. I might make some red eyes. So I've got a little bit of red here. And you know, you don't have to worry about making eyes perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this in half. And I love using scraps for this reason. And I'm just going to turn this around and cut out a pair of eyes. Don't worry if they're not perfect. So you don't even need to trace it. And then I'm going to stick them right on here. So I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to stick it, maybe I want to have it in the middle, you can have it more on the side. So I want him more on the side here, his little eyeballs. And I'm going to have it more on that side there. So I'm going to put the tape a little closer to the edge. That way I can stick them on there. Then, using just a regular old marker, you can give the eyeballs for your guy. So zooming in, you can just do a regular one. You can make it like he's got a little light showing in on there if you want, if you like it that way. Kind of almost looks frog-like right now to me. A tree frog. Oops. Sorry. And then we'll give him a little two noses, or dots for his noses. There we go. Okay. Now he looks like a snake. So we got to give him some feet. I want to do maybe we'll do some yellow feet. So I've got my yellow paper. I'll zoom out here. And I just want to make it a little equal for this yellow paper. I'm going to fold this in half. See, you can double fold it, but this is a shorter piece of paper, so I'm not going to do it that way. And looking at the length, I want to do it this way. Because if I cut, I'll only end up with one a little bit. So I'm going to give him feet instead of legs, too much like my other one. And I kind of want to do these funky kind of tree frog feet. So I'm going to cut like this, just wave it around. And that's what his front feet are going to look like. So he's going to have little feet like this. They almost look like wings. If you don't like that and you want to make it longer, you can just cut. Let's see, I'll cut this paper off here. And I'll just fold it in half. I'll cut that there. Maybe make it a little skinnier. And I'll stick it on here. And this one I'll make it skinnier. Stick it on here. So if you want his arms to be a little longer, you can just do a beautiful oops. I love beautiful oopses. So I'm going to tape that. I'll tape this one here. So again, you can use glue. I'm just using tape right now. And I'm going to flip this guy over. And I'm going to tape it on the bottom of him. So I'm going to tape it here like this. Grab some more tape. Tape this one right here. It looks like he's reaching out to give me a big hug. Right? And then I got some more yellow around here. See, using lots and lots of scraps. And I'm going to fold it. Do the same thing. Maybe this one I'm just going to go like this. And I'm going to kind of do different feet. And bring it in and go a little longer. So he's got a little longer, a little shorter, which is perfect. Okay. Tape these guys on. Don't be afraid to push your project down. It'll actually help it. Okay. So now flipping him over, or her over, I've got like this long tree frog look. Kind of going off with that. I like that. So I can, if I want, like bend this to make it stick up more, if I want it to stick up. Because I got that little bit. Using some glue, or if you, again, still have tape, you can just do a tiny roll and you can stick that on there and it'll hold it more. And so I can bend it like this if I want and make it stick out. For a tongue, maybe I'll do a yellow tongue. I could do that. I can cut a little tiny triangle out of the edges like this. Make it into that part and we'll fold it accordion. So over, and you fold the whole thing under. You fold it over and under, over and under. And I'm going to put this a little bit up. So now I've got that accordion style tongue. Okay. And maybe I'm going to put his tongue on the side. So he's looking a little silly here. And I'll fold this up. And I can then put this on here. Stick that in his mouth. My little crazy little guy. He's looking pretty cool, isn't he? So I've got him. He's got his nice little long tail. And he's kind of ready to be bendable. See, the more you start playing with him, the looser and looser he gets. And you can squeeze him and he'll come together. Now, I had a few friends that asked if they could do like spikes or something. So if you wanted to do spikes, maybe I'll do a couple here. And so I cut one of those top pieces off. Remember, just go to the corner. You can do another one. What you will do is just like a shark fin is how I look at it. I'm going to fold this one edge. Now it looks like a little sailboat. And I have some extra sticking out from the side. So you can see that here. I'm going to put this under here so you can see it. This is extra. I folded it over from this side that I had so I can see where it meets the edge. Otherwise, when I go to cut it, I might cut my actual piece. So that's my little trick for not cutting into your front piece. So I cut that little edge off. I look back. Here's where it was folded. So now I've got this cool little stand, right? And you can tape or glue it to one or two of the little parts here, and that's how you end up with a spike on top of him. So if you want to name him Spiky, you could do that. So I'm just going to tape this down here. Again, gluing it would work even better. Otherwise, you'll end up with the tape marks. So if you don't like that, you can just fold it over and make it this way. So I can tape this down here because I don't want to have my tape showing in my final project. So now it's just kind of doubled on there. But he's got a little spike, which is pretty cool. Okay. Yep, there's his little spike. And you can keep it if you want. Then you can also draw or add different things on the inside. Or you can cut out a ladybug, whatever you prefer. So those are my 3D lizards. Hope you have fun.